search engine optimized. Here are some examples of highly cited effective titles from studies in medicine published in 2019. Alcohol use, association between physical exercise and mental health. They also have a characteristic feature, the use of that colon in the title to split up information. Something specific, colon, something general, colon, something specific. You can use these kinds of tricks and tips in your writing to make sure that people are interested in reading about your work. Here are some highly cited recent articles published by Bentham Science, for example. Effective titles are all important. And this is true of any academic writing, not just medical writing. We will now talk quickly about how to sell your message in your abstract and think about what the take-home message of your study is. This is the one thing that you want people reading your work to get out of the study, the key message, the key take-home message of the study. What is the one thing that people reading the article are going to take away from the article itself? And so a good quality abstract, honest and precise, no technical jargon, short and specific, and of course the quality of this writing is going to inform the editor's decision. In effective medical writing, you can write an abstract easily if you use our 4-question technique. What did you do? Why did you do the study? What did you do? What did you find? And what did you conclude? 4 questions. You write down the answers to those 4 questions with words specific to your particular study, and then you delete the questions. This technique for effective abstract writing works really well. You can try it with your students. You can try it with your own work. Answer these 4 questions, then delete the questions, and you will end up with about 100, 150 words that you can then reuse in your abstract when you put your next article together. It is very effective to have this structure to your writing, as we discussed in more detail in our earlier webinar presentation, the one from last month, joint diffusion editing, Bentham Science webinar. Have a listen back if you're interested in learning more about the article structure, how to effectively write the structure and understand the structure of an academic paper. In a well-written, highly cited medical paper, you will be able to go with a colored marker and put in the text, in the paper that you read, where the answers are to those 4 questions, what the answers are. What did you do? Why did you do it? And what did you find? Have a look at some recent highly cited papers in your own field to see if I'm correct about putting together the structure. So, writing effectively when you're busy, when you're dealing with a range of different tasks, when you're a medical researcher, can be made much more effective, can be made much more efficient by following some simple rules, such as a simple, effective title that people are interested in reading, and an effective, well-structured abstract that's based on the techniques that I have just described. The 4-question technique is a good way to write an effective abstract. Lots of medical journals ask, of course, as well for research highlights. You will be asked to summarize the highlights of your research. These are often provided as bullet points, either as part of article submission or after acceptance. So again, you're thinking as an author, what are the 4 or 5 key outcomes from my research that will be interesting to a general readership? What are the key take-home messages of my study? So have a think about this as well. What are the key highlights of my research? Many medical journals ask for these. Usually you're going to be aiming for 3 to 5 highlights, each of them not exceeding 85 characters in length, often in this kind of writing. And journals want you to include this kind of information to attract readers, to keep them interested in your articles and to enhance that impact factor, because of course readership for journals translates directly into impact factor. Journals behave like magazines. They are multidisciplinary, they're impact focused, and highlights are critically important as a way of selling your message as a researcher to a journal. We can also help you with effective English. We can help you with writing techniques. We can provide additional training in specific approaches to English language writing. Of course, no single writing style fits to everyone. No writing training can fit to everyone. But of course, a number of key skills can nevertheless be learned. Ask yourself, are you happy with the way that you write? Good English is plain English. That's the golden rule. And writers, business communication experts, tend to share similar views. Plain English is at the heart of effective written communication. We will not deal in detail in this presentation with techniques in English writing, but if you are interested in learning more, then of course you can get in touch with us, with our team, with our colleagues at Bentham Science, and we would be happy to provide additional training in English writing in particular. And don't forget that medical writing, being effective as a medical writer, can be a great career path in its own right, because of course lots of medical professionals doing research don't have time to do a lot of the writing up their research all by themselves. So they may provide companies or medical writers with data, with information, and if you have the skills, if you've developed those clear, effective writing skills, then you of course can develop this kind of approach into a career. And again, we can help if that's something that is of interest to you. So I would say that preparation and the right mindset, absolutely key when preparing to write an academic article. Some things to do before you start would include choosing your topic, identifying your audience, identifying your purpose, and gathering those supporting details. Thinking about the message, the audience, the target journal that you're going to send your work to, and also the structure. And again, have a listen back to our previous webinar presentation with Bentham Science if academic writing structure is something that you struggle with, because we provide templates and insights that you can easily follow to be more effective as a writer, putting together the structure of your work.